Hey guys, welcome back to this segment of Meet Your Mentor. Before we begin, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know the stories whenever I was 5 and 8 are very long, so they are going to be in an additional video. If you guys would like to see those, please comment below and I will get those uploaded for you. So I'm going to be going over the number one top question that I get, and it was, how do I know that I was gifted? Let's start from the very beginning. So my mom always had assumptions because of the fact that I was always talking to somebody, reaching out for somebody. I was very vivid with my imagination, and even there's some TERRI memories that have been placed there. I've had TERRI memories, my family likes to call it, because I will remember how things aren't the same as what I thought they were, where, for example, I always swore that the red light meant to go and the green light meant to stop. My most prominent memory is whenever I was 5 years old. I came to my mom over and over again, and I kept on explaining to her a life that I once lived. I would discuss mostly about how I passed away, how I was missing my family, the gruesome details of how I was murdered, and then I also gave her a name and date. So my mom didn't think much of it at first. She was a little bit put off, but it just was happening over and over again. I would bring it up. I was very distraught about it. I was upset about it. So she went ahead and looked it up. She looked up a name, she looked up the date, and unbeknown to her, she ended up finding quite a lot that actually went along with it. Other factors is whenever I was 8 years old, I had a scary incident that happened at a grocery store, which trickled into us meeting with my pediatrician, and he had somebody that had passed away in a very bad murder, and that trickled into us helping also with a missing child's case, and that trickled into me just working in energy and really fulfilling my purpose. Other factors were my sensory perception. It was all over the place. I was feeling things that were very gruesomely hard. I was seeing things that just I shouldn't be seeing at a very young age. I was having fluctuations in temperature, but there was nothing, like my temperature was not even high. I was also tasting things that I've never interacted with, such as like tobacco or alcohol, or having a dry mouth related to something. And there's also where I will have a ripple where I'm like, but didn't this happen? And then family will be like, that's another TERRI memory. No. The number one thing that we came to a conclusion on that really told me that I was gifted was the glitter. So I can see energy as clear as day as you can see me. I can see little bits of glitter that have the coloration like this kind of. They're smaller, and so it's like orbits of energy. And they just are very active, even whenever I was little, and I could see them clear. Because of the fact that I could see them clear as day, I started kind of letting my mom know, hey, I think I need to get glasses, and the glasses never fixed it, and nothing was helping it to subside, to go away. So I did a little bit of like finding out things, reading books, because even YouTube wasn't a thing yet. YouTube didn't come out until 2005, and so I was having to read books, I was having to journal whatever I was being given, and that leads it into hearing. I was hearing spirit giving me old commercials that I've heard, or old TV inserts or radio inserts, and nothing was on. And so that also leads into the factor of how I was seeing things that weren't really there. I would see people sprawled out on the floor dying and they weren't there. Or I'd yell at my mom, stop, whenever she's driving and there's nothing there. Another thing that happens with me is from the time that I was little, even up until now, whenever I'm reading textbooks, I can see text that actually comes forward, or I can see it italicized or bold or different colored or looks a little bit luminescent. That's not even the crazy part. There's more of where I had been being given names for a good spurt of time during one of my awakenings, and I would write all these names down, and that's why I tell you guys journaling is so important. I'd write all these names down and the dates that I was being given, just listening to what I was hearing or seeing, and then whenever I would go and research it, it would fact check itself, because every detail that was written down was matching and aligning with at least something that was there that happened. And so I genuinely started out with more of a past life background, which was something that was phenomenal to me. And then on top of that, I also had where I was getting very gruesome details in dreams and very vivid information that, you know, how would an 8 or a 9 or a 10-year-old really know this unless they actually watched it very vividly? And my mom didn't raise us conservative, but she sure as heck didn't let us watch murders right in front of ourselves on the screen. And so that's also a couple of things that really did define, okay, hey, there's something more. There's where I would dream something, and so I'd wake up, I'd journal it, pay attention to the signs if it would come to fruition, and whenever it would start to happen, and whenever I was seeing it happen in tandem of each other, it would make a lot of sense to me because of the fact that I'm like, I already know what's gonna come next. I saw this. I got all of the signs before it's supposed to happen. And so that was whenever I was like, okay, you know what? There's something more. And throughout all of this, whenever I'm interacting with individuals, I literally just have to interact with this person or hear them talking or see them or just interact with them via text. And I can literally start channeling a whole plethora of information on these individuals. A plethora of knowing that this person has integrity, or knowing that this person is deceitful, or knowing this person's in pain, or knowing somebody's grieving. And it comes in as more of a feeling sensation that is more of like outer body sensation. And if you guys are interested in learning more about a vortex, please go check out the class that we're going to be doing on auras. But that's kind of how I was able to decipher knowing that I was gifted, is because of the fact that I listened to all of the signs, the symptoms, the sensory perception, hearing, feeling, seeing, smelling, and tasting. And I'm always going to tell you guys, journal everything because it will come in handy.